Hippopotamus. Africa is home to lions, crocodiles, black mambas, and Cape buffalo. But none of them hold the title of Africa's deadliest mammal. That honor belongs to the hippopotamus, a 4,000 kilograms animal that most people underestimate until it's far too late. Hippos kill an estimated 500 or more people every year across sub-Saharan Africa, roughly twice the death toll of lions. And they do it with a combination of territorial aggression, extraordinary speed, and a jaw that opens 150 degrees wide and can bite clean through a small boat. Despite being herbivores, hippos are violently defensive of their territory, particularly in water, where they spend most of their time submerged to protect their skin from the sun. They can run at up to 20 miles per hour on land, faster than most Olympic sprinters, making escape nearly impossible once they charge. Fishermen in Lake Victoria and along the Congo River know the danger well. A hippo surfacing beneath a canoe isn't an accident. It's a territorial response, and it ends with the boat flipped and the passengers in the water. Their teeth, canines up to 50 centimeters long, are not for eating. They're pure weapons, refined over millions of years into instruments of elimination. Underestimated, unpredictable, and genuinely enormous, the hippo is Africa's true apex threat to human life. Leopard seal. Antarctica has no land predators and no human population. But if you find yourself in the water there, the leopard seal makes the danger very clear, very fast. These animals reach up to 3.5 m in length and 600 kilograms in weight, and unlike most seals, they actively hunt warm-blooded prey, penguins, other seals, and on at least one confirmed occasion, a human. In 2003, British marine biologist Kirsty Brown was snorkeling near a research station when a leopard seal grabbed her and dragged her more than 60 m underwater, killing her, the only confirmed leopard seal fatality ever recorded. They are ambush predators, extraordinarily still under the ice until they strike with a jaw wide enough to swallow a penguin whole. Researchers and divers near Antarctica have documented leopard seals following them persistently, offering dead penguins as apparent gifts, then becoming aggressive, behavior that scientists believe reflects curiosity colliding with predatory instinct. Their only natural predator is the orca. In any other environment, a 600 kilograms predator that ambushes from beneath the surface and has demonstrated the ability to kill a human would be classified as one of the most dangerous animals on the planet. In Antarctica, it simply is. Tiger. The tiger is the largest wild cat on Earth, and for centuries in Asia, it earned a reputation that no amount of modern wildlife conservation has fully erased. Bengal tigers in India's Sundarbans region still kill an estimated 50 to 100 people per year even today, and historically the numbers were far higher. The most documented case is the Champawat tiger, a female Bengal tiger that Jim Corbett, the legendary hunter-naturalist, confirmed was responsible for 436 human deaths between the 1890s and 1907, a verified record for any land animal killing humans in recorded history. Tigers weigh up to 300 kilograms and can take down a gaur, a wild buffalo that can weigh 900 kilograms, by themselves, using a bite specifically targeting the neck to sever the spinal cord or crush the trachea. They stalk silently through tall grass, using their striped coats to dissolve into dappled light, and their strike is explosive, a burst of speed, a leap, and it's over before the prey registers what happened. They are currently endangered, with fewer than 4,000 wild individuals remaining, which means their threat to humans has diminished significantly. But in the forests of the Sundarbans, where tigers and people share the same narrow waterways, the danger remains entirely real. European adder. Europe might seem mild by comparison to the rest of this list, and in terms of absolute death tolls, it genuinely is. But that makes the European adder a fascinating case in how geography shapes danger. It's the only venomous snake native to most of Europe, found from the United Kingdom all the way east to Russia, living in heathland, woodland edges, and coastal dunes. Its hemotoxic venom causes tissue destruction and internal bleeding. And while it bites roughly 3,000 people per year in the UK alone, fewer than 15 deaths have been recorded in Britain over more than a century. Treatment with antivenin is widely available and effective. The adder grows up to 90 centimeters, identifiable by its distinctive zigzag stripe running the length of its back. typically silver-gray in males and brownish in females. It is shy, not aggressive, and prefers to flee rather than bite, only striking when cornered or accidentally stepped upon, which is exactly how most bites happen. Worth noting, polar bears technically enter European territory via Norway's Svalbard archipelago and represent a far more dangerous encounter per individual. But as the most widespread and commonly encountered dangerous animal across the European continent, the adder is the everyday reality of European wildlife risk. Grizzly bear. The grizzly bear is North America's apex terrestrial predator. And while fatal attacks are relatively rare, averaging around 2 to 5 per year across the continent, every single encounter is potentially lethal in a way that few other animals on Earth can match. Adult males weigh up to 360 kilograms and can sprint at 35 miles per hour, faster than a horse over short distances, making outrunning one physically impossible. Their claws reach 4 inches long and are powerful enough to flip a boulder weighing several hundred pounds with a single swipe. Their sense of smell is estimated to be roughly 2,100 times more sensitive than a human's, meaning they can detect food or a person from miles away. Grizzlies are most dangerous when surprised, when a mother is protecting cubs, or when a food-conditioned bear has lost its fear of humans, a scenario increasingly common as human development pushes further into bear territory. Survivors of grizzly attacks consistently report the same thing. There was no warning, just an explosion of force and noise, and then it was over. Playing dead works in some contexts. Fighting back works in others. The difference between which strategy saves your life often isn't clear until after the encounter. Grizzlies aren't hunting people. They're just very, very difficult to survive. Poison dart frog. South America is home to anacondas, jaguars, caimans, and electric eels. But the most lethal animal by toxin concentration fits in the palm of your hand and moves at a leisurely shuffle across the forest floor. The golden poison dart frog, Phyllobates terribilis, grows to just 2 centimeters long, weighs barely a gram, and contains enough batrachotoxin in its skin to kill between 10 and 20 adult humans, making it, drop for drop, one of the most toxic substances produced by any vertebrate on Earth. The toxin works by locking sodium channels in nerve and muscle cells permanently open, causing uncontrolled muscle contraction, cardiac arrest, and death. Indigenous Embra people of Colombia have used the frog's secretions on blowgun darts for hunting for centuries. Rubbing the dart tip across the frog's back is enough to coat it with a lethal dose. The frog's brilliant gold coloring is aposematic, a biological warning signal saying, "Do not touch me," in the clearest possible visual language. There are over 170 species of poison dart frog, and not all are toxic. The poison comes from their wild diet of specific beetles and other insects. A captive-raised golden poison dart frog eating commercial insects is completely harmless. In the wild, it is one of the most dangerous square centimeters of biology on the planet. Box jellyfish. Australia and the Indo-Pacific are home to the world's most venomous marine animal, and most people who encounter it in the water never see it coming, because it's nearly transparent. The box jellyfish, Chironex fleckeri, has a cube-shaped bell up to 30 centimeters across, with 15 tentacles at each of its 4 corners, each tentacle reaching up to 3 m in length and covered in millions of nematocysts that fire on contact with the slightest chemical trigger. The venom attacks the cardiovascular system, nervous system, and skin simultaneously, and can trigger cardiac arrest in as little as 2 to 5 minutes, faster than almost any other venom delivery system in nature. Victims have been documented collapsing in shallow water before they could reach shore. Over 63 confirmed deaths have been attributed to box jellyfish in Australia alone, a number that likely undercounts actual fatalities in more remote regions of Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Unlike most jellyfish, box jellyfish are active predators. They have 24 eyes arranged in clusters, can navigate, and actively swim toward prey rather than drifting. Virtually invisible in blue water, lethal on contact, and capable of killing in under 5 minutes. The box jellyfish is what happens when evolution designs a weapon rather than an animal.